For nearly a century, Albert Einstein was right about almost everything, except for one thing. He thought we would never actually detect the elusive gravitational waves. These waves are so small and so fragile that detecting them seemed impossible, like trying to hear a single leaf falling during a heavy metal concert. Today, we are standing at one of the most sensitive scientific instruments ever built, attempting to measure a distance smaller than the nucleus of an atom. To understand the precision, let's begin measuring the distance to the nearest star, 4 light years away, with an error margin no larger than a human hair. It is like trying to hit a hole-in-one from 200 meters away, while standing in the middle of a Category 5 hurricane with blinding rain. The mirrors used here are so flat that if they were the size of the entire country of Germany, the largest bump would be 1 millimeter. This is LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, a machine designed to measure the vibration of nothingness itself after 40 years of dedicated effort. Einstein believed these ripples in space-time were so weak they would forever remain a mathematical curiosity, never to be felt or measured by human hands. But these waves carry the secrets of the most violent events in the universe, from colliding black holes to the very birth of the cosmos itself. Our journey to catch these whispers from the void took 40 years, billions of dollars, and the combined genius of thousands of scientists across the globe. Welcome to the story of how we turned a century-old dream into a reality, pushing the very limits of what is physically possible to measure today. In 1916, Einstein published his general theory of relativity, proposing that space and time are linked in a flexible fabric called spacetime that can bend. He explained that mass tells space how to curve and space tells mass how to move, but his equations suggested something even more radical and strange. He realized that if you move a massive object quickly enough, it should create ripples that travel through the universe at the speed of light. By the 1970s, 3 physicists, Rainer Weiss, Kip Thorne, and Ronald Driver, began to dream of a way to actually build a detector. The scientific community was skeptical. Many called it a waste of money, arguing that the signal would be far too quiet to ever be heard. The National Science Foundation took a massive gamble, funding what many considered the most insane and risky project in the history of modern physics.
These prototypes
Engineers were laughed at during conferences when they proposed building a 4-kilometer-long vacuum chamber that had to remain perfectly still and quiet. The idea was based on an interferometer. If a gravitational wave passed through, it would stretch one arm while squeezing the other by a tiny amount. But the change in length is so small that even the atoms in the mirrors are vibrating more than the signal we are looking for. They had to build the world's largest high vacuum system to ensure that not even a single molecule of air would bump into the laser beams. For decades, these pioneers faced technical failures and political pressure, but they never lost sight of the prize waiting at the end of the tunnel. It was a 40-year marathon of grit and determination, fueled by the belief that Einstein's ghost was whispering a secret that just needed to be heard. They were building a new sense for humanity, a way to listen to the silent vibrations of the universe that had been passing us by. To see the most sensitive parts of LIGO, we have to enter a room cleaner than an operating theater, wearing full protective gear at all times. Inside these tanks are the mirrors that catch the laser light. They are suspended by thin glass fibers to isolate them from every vibration. The heart of the machine is a powerful laser. The beam is split in 2, and each half travels down a 4-kilometer arm and back. When the beams meet again, they are perfectly out of phase, meaning they cancel each other out.
Notice how
Scientists call this the perfect silence of light. If a gravitational wave changes the distance of the arms, even by a fraction, the light will no longer cancel out, and a signal appears. To make the arms effectively longer, the light bounces back and forth many times, increasing the chance of detecting that impossibly small change in distance. The laser is so powerful that the light itself actually pushes on the mirrors. This radiation pressure is another source of noise they must control. We aren't using wooden rulers here. We are using the wavelength of light as our cosmic yardstick to measure the stretching of empty space itself. The mirrors are held by one of the most advanced suspension systems ever designed, capable of blocking out the smallest tremors from the ground below. LIGO is so sensitive that it can detect the infinitesimal ripples created by black holes colliding on the other side of the observable universe. Every component in this room is pushed to the absolute edge of physics. There is no room for error when you are measuring the void. These fibers are made of fused silica, designed to have almost no internal friction, preventing heat from shaking the mirrors and masking the signal. When the wave passes, the light doesn't just measure the change. It experiences the change, becoming a witness to the dance of gravity. Standing here, you realize that we are finally giving a voice to the vacuum, allowing the nothingness of space to speak to us directly. Temperature must be controlled to within a fraction of a degree to prevent the metal and glass from expanding and ruining the calibration. Even as I speak, space itself might be stretching and squeezing by a distance smaller than a proton, and this machine is watching for it. It is arguably the most precise measurement ever made by human beings, a testament to our curiosity and our refusal to accept the impossible. LIGO is a war against noise. A truck driving several miles away, or even waves crashing on a distant shore, can swamp the signal. The ground is constantly humming with activity. To hear the universe, you must first find a way to make the entire Earth stand still. For years, the detectors were plagued by glitches, mysterious pops and clicks in the data that had nothing to do with gravity and everything with environment. The team had to identify and filter out the sound of wind, the hum of the electrical grid, and even the thermal jitter of atoms. By 2015, the original LIGO had found nothing. They needed an upgrade advanced LIGO, the final chance to prove that the experiment could actually work. Billions were invested by partners like Asmel to create the world's most stable mirrors and the most powerful, stable lasers ever conceived for science.
The LIGO project has two
They needed
primary
two detectors
facilities,
separated by
one
thousands
here
of
in
miles.
Hanford, Washington,
If a signal
and
was
the other
real,
over here
it
in
should hit
Livingston,
both
Louisiana.
locations at almost the same time. This was the ultimate high-stakes gamble.
Right there.
If advanced LIGO failed to find the signal, the project would likely be shut down forever, ending the dream. They even had to battle quantum noise, the random arrival of photons that creates a shot noise, which limits the sensitivity of the entire detector. Even the trees nearby could be a problem. The wind blowing through them creates ground tilt that the interferometer can actually feel and record. Thousands of secondary sensors monitor everything from local lightning strikes to cosmic rays to ensure the data is pure and free from local interference. It felt almost spiritual at times. Scientists were working at the absolute limit of what the physical world allows us to perceive and measure. To keep the system running, they had to isolate it from the very power grid that fed it, using massive battery banks for stability. Active isolation systems use sensors to move the mirrors in the opposite direction of the ground's vibration, canceling it out in real time. As the upgrade was nearing completion, the tension was palpable. Decades of work were coming down to a few months of intense observation and hope. In September 2015, before the official search even began, they turned the system on for a final engineering run to check for errors. The world was quiet, the machine was ready. And then, out of the deep silence of the cosmos, something finally moved the mirrors. The global network was waiting. This wasn't just an American project anymore. It was a worldwide effort to listen to the heartbeat of space. Would they find a signal, or would they find only more silence? The line between success and failure had never been thinner for the team. Thousands of computers were crunching numbers, searching for a needle in a haystack made of light and noise, looking for the ghost of Einstein. They were about to catch a wave that had been traveling toward Earth for over 1 billion years, just as they were ready to listen. On September 14th, 2015, a signal arrived. It was perfect. 2 identical waveforms appearing at both detectors, separated by only 7 milliseconds. The signal came from 2 black holes, each 30 times the mass of our sun, colliding and merging into one over 1 billion light years away. This is the chirp.
Pay close attention.
As the black holes get closer, they orbit faster, and the gravitational waves get stronger and higher in frequency until the merger. When converted into an audio signal, it sounds like a literal chirp. It is the sound of space-time itself ringing like a giant cosmic bell. The room erupted. After 40 years of doubt and struggle, they had done it. They had directly detected gravitational waves for the very first time. This wasn't just a discovery. It was the birth of a new field of science, gravitational wave astronomy. We finally had a new way to see. For thousands of years, we only looked at the universe with light. Now, for the first time in human history, we can actually hear it. In 2017, the leaders of the project were awarded the Nobel Prize, a fitting tribute to a journey that redefined the limits of human ingenuity. But the real prize isn't a medal. It's the knowledge that we can now observe the darkest, most mysterious objects in the universe that emit no light. We can see the invisible. We can hear the collision of dead stars, and perhaps one day, the echo of the Big Bang itself. 40 years, billions of dollars, and a device that measures something smaller than an atom. It sounds crazy, but it changed how we understand reality. LIGO has opened our ears to the symphony of the cosmos. Every vibration tells a story of where we came from and where the universe is going. Because sometimes, to understand the entire universe, you first have to learn how to measure the smallest vibration in the nothingness of space.